an acquaintance made a comment. Anna said something about me having salt in my water, you know? Good,
Yeah.
delicious, good for you. And the acquaintance is like, "Ew, why would you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't say anything actually. I just stood there because I was like, "Ugh, I can't." And then Anna was like, "Oh, it's like good for you. It's like more hydration, It's good for you. You sweat, kind of thing." And she
Yeah.
said, no thanks." Or like whatever, but she was just like so mean about it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm like just trying to be healthy and live.
I'm just trying to not, like, I
Feel
don't
like
know.
shit.
Right.
I'm
Just
trying
trying
to
to
like,
hydrate.
live through my day because I'm sweating like my ass off every day. I don't know.
Yeah. Eat a dick, acquaintance. I was also telling mainly the story about how I got way too high and I had to pee, and I thought that like I could hear the group that was 50 yards away say like, "Oh my God, she's peeing. You can see her pee." I like panicked. Do you remember? And I went over to you and I was like, "Perry, I think
I
that you know."
forgot all about that. That was so funny. Do you want to go again?
Yeah, absolutely. You can come with
Okay.
we were planning on making a Duns trip at some point.
Oh, for
So you can come
real?
with that group if you want.
If
We
Anna
talk
and
about a
I
lot of stuff,
could,
but we end up doing most of it, so you
if
know,
Anna and I came and we sat by you,
I'm sure it'd be chill. I'm
yeah,
sure it'd be cool.
that sounds
Sophia has
fun.
a van and she has like a
That's
cabin
awesome.
near she bought it off of my boss's wife.
Oh my god,
I rode in that very same van to the airport one year.
that's so interesting.
How
I love
funny was
that.
the world. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna tube and then party at her cabin
Oh, sick.
in Wisconsin.
We're going, oh, in Wisconsin. We're going up to the cabin on Memorial Day weekend to help put the dock in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they winter the boat?
Yeah.
That was
I
a
don't, I
bullshit.
wasn't there.
It doesn't
I don't
matter at
know.
all.
They did
Uh,
something. I don't
I,
know.
I barely know what
They,
that means, to be honest, besides bringing it inside. But I
yeah.
feel like there's a whole process. I don't know what it
I
is
feel
though.
like there is too, and I have no idea.
Just like I grew up around boat culture
Boat
my whole life,
culture.
boat culture. Um, but I never like was directly inside of it, you know?
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
always heard the terms and heard like what people are doing, but I've never
It's never
witnessed.
really your business.
Right. And I'm always like, and everybody else was in it, you know, everybody knew what they were doing. So I didn't want to be the one, like, why are you making such a big deal about like hauling your boat in a garage? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it doesn't really matter that much, I think.
Yeah. But so now I'm like, yeah, there must be more to the process.
I don't know. I really don't think there is. I'm
I,
not gonna lie to you.
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
I guess I think it would be like just like storing a car, but you don't like
Right.
I'm gonna go winter my car. Like you don't do
Right.
that. You
That's
just
the
like
thing.
put it in your garage.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just,
Maybe people do say that, and we just don't know anybody that has a nice car. I guess Rob's family, they put their
well,
Porsche
they
in
say
the
cars in like storage. I
yeah.
feel, you
Yeah, they
know,
don't winter it.
yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
over
right.
it. Let's move on.
Stupid. It's
Thank you.
stupid.
Okay, this is editing Ashley here. I simply could not move past what it meant to winter your boat. So I Googled it and I'm going to tell you guys. So, winterization is simply the process of making sure that any part of your boat that could contain raw water is drained and replaced with antifreeze. So that makes sense to do in a northern climate like we live in. And I didn't even think about that. So that's what I mean. And it's also, the term is de-winterizing, which I think is way dumber. Anyway, back to the show. Thank you.
Really, I have it all in a Google Doc.
Okay. I wrote mine.
So the theme, we should discuss the theme of the episode, which is bans and prohibitions. Honor of the TikTok ban.
That doesn't affect either of us, though.
Yeah, I don't give a shit either way, to be honest. We're trying to stay topical, you know?
Yeah. So it's been fun.
I made mine about gay shit.
Oh, you did?
I did. Did you?
No, Anna said I should, and I said no because I want to save that for like a good episode.
I know. I had the same thought, but this doesn't have to be, I mean, there's so much different types of gay
Yeah,
shit,
you're
you
so
know what I
right.
mean?
I
So
just went
mine is
totally
like,
different direction. So that's
yeah, that's good, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So mine is about basically the changing, like societal. I looked at 3 different countries. I guess I
Okay.
looked at a continent and then 2 countries.
Okay. Australia?
And no, I looked at medieval Europe, and then I looked at ancient India and modern day India, and I looked at like samurai era Japan versus modern Japan.
Oh, fascinating.
So yeah, I just thought it'd be like an interesting like compare, contrast, similars, different, you know.
Yeah, I love
Anyway,
this.
so first we'll start in medieval Europe. Oh, actually, for my intro, I have queer people. You love them or you hate them. Seems like every country at some point in history has it out for the gays. Now, what gives? Today, we'll be looking at summarized histories of queer culture and trending societal attitudes towards them from medieval Europe to India to Japan. Also, none of these countries cared about lesbians. I mean, India actually had a lot of lesbian representation.
Did you write that? Did you write that sentence that you just said?
Yeah.
I did not do my notes like you did. I was just gonna spitball it. That was so smart. That sounded.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
My notes like a
I'm
mixture
so
of.
captivated.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice. I did copy and paste a lot of them. I didn't write all of them like this, just for like, you know, whatever. First things first, they didn't care about the lesbians in medieval England because they still held, you know, in like the ancient world, in like Bible era and ancient Greece and ancient Rome, women were like a different species. They were like a subspecies of human. Like that's where they stood societally. So it wasn't like man and women are both same type of human. One is just better than the other. It was like,
and we should go back to that in the sense of I'm left alone.
honestly. So yeah, they had that like general type of view still. So if a woman were caught, you know, participating in sapphism or any type of sodomy, it would be the same punishment, the same like sinful regard if she were masturbating like by herself, you know? It's like it's considered the same sin. Whereas
that,
if what?
Sorry. Quick question.
Right?
Yes, what level sin is that considered then?
So, okay, I actually have a note about that. Sorry, I was trying to get rid of something on my screen.
No, you're good.
During the 8th century, Pope Gregory III gave penances of 160 days for unnatural female acts.
Oh my God.
And usually 1 year for males. With the passive partner getting the worst punishment in like male gay sex, you know?
Yeah.
So during the 8th century and like around that time, that sodomy was on the same level as like adultery,
Yeah.
as probably, I don't want to say divorce, that because divorce was considered more severe at that time. It was like, because adultery wasn't taken that seriously at the time, unless you were a king or like you had means to,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, to go after the
Mhm.
person. It was all like
Do
very
you
different culturally.
do you think that it was like easier excuse like, oh, they're too what is the word when they're old, like old people, old women, but they're not actually old, you know?
Hag.
No, not
Oh,
hag.
oh, like
Like spinster,
yeah.
like
Well,
that.
a
Like
spinster is like, yeah, an old woman who's living by herself.
yeah, not that. But like, you know, like when they're like they're 27 but they're old.
Geriatric.
Yeah. No, you know what I mean though.
Yeah.
Do you think it was easier like to excuse like two women living together as than like they're this word I can't think of on the top of my head. You know what I mean?
In like this time period in around 8th
Yes.
century, um, I think that they wouldn't have cared as much
Hmm.
because this wasn't a period in the Holy Roman Empire where that was their means of control.
Interesting.
So I think that pivoted when we get to the 11th century. I literally
Mm,
wrote down someone lost some war and everything
yes.
changed when the Council of Nablus out of Jerusalem attacked in 1120. So yeah, this is like Holy Roman Empire still. So they
Okay.
lost the war, and for some reason they blamed the gays. And they were like,
That's so fascinating.
I don't know why. I never got to that part of my research, but from like that point, they started getting a
Okay.
lot more harsh in their punishment.
I'll look into
Um,
that one day.
yeah, yeah, please do. So in 13th century France, sodomy, um, on the first offense, you got castrated. This is all like regards to males because again, they don't care about lesbians. It's not it's not the same thing. So sodomy resulted in castration on the first offense, dismemberment on the second, and burning on the third. And then
All
actually
right.
I forgot that they did have a punishment for lesbians. They were also mutilated for the first two offenses
Aw.
and they burned on the third as well. So my bad. They did care about lesbians. They thought they were
Isn't
shitty too.
that isn't that where the word fag comes from? It's like them burning
Maybe.
gay
I don't
people.
know.
I heard that. I might have heard that on Girl Historians.
Yeah. We should look into that more.
Yeah, don't
Also,
quote
girl
that.
historians in their newest release, they were like, we want podcast friends. And I was like, oh my God, we'll be your podcast friends.
We want a podcast.
We want a podcast, but we'll also be your podcast friends.
Yeah, I love them.
I
It's
love
like
them so
no,
much.
you know how that Ziegler chick that they like really want on their podcast?
Rachel Ziegler or whatever.
Yes. And now it's us being like we
Girl
really
this
want
story.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh anyway, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. In
Sorry.
Italy, in the mid, I thought that this note was just kind of funny. In the mid 14th
Mhm.
century in Italy, they just like, if people were convicted, they just had their stuff confiscated. Like they just got robbed blind by the government because they were gay. So
You know
it's
what?
just like,
More taxes.
mhm. And then by 1533, with like a King Henry or a King Louis the Fifth or whatever,
Mhm.
he doesn't matter.
Mhm.
He passed the death penalty and it spread all over Europe and even the Renaissance, the gayest time period in history, was
Yeah.
homophobic because they were
Wow.
based off ancient Greece, but they like
That's so
refused to
sad.
acknowledge how gay Greece was. So,
Huh. That's so
yeah. And then,
interesting.
you know, we kind of know the rest of the story after 1533.
Mm-hmm.
You get the different countries going. I'm not going to explain it actually because I'm going to sound really dumb. I didn't do my research past this point. But we
Okay.
know it's legal in most countries in Europe now, especially,
Yeah.
England, all of UK actually, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Northern Ireland doesn't, but Scotland, France, Germany, whatever. Anyway, now we're on
The
to
dogs
India.
are barking upstairs. I'm so sorry if you can hear that.
Okay, I barely heard Mac
Okay.
one time.
Okay.
So now we're on to India.
Cool.
The British actually introduced homophobia to India in 1861.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was reflecting European, it's the classic missionary tale where Europe came over and imposed their moralistic view on this country that they're colonizing. And in this case, it's the Holy Roman Empire. Actually, at this point, it's Protestantism, I think. Whatever. Anyway, so that's what happened with India. But before
That's so
that,
interesting.
they have rich and deep queer connections written in the structure of their culture. The Kama Sutra has a lot of gay sex in it. It's
Huh.
like chapter 9 of Kama Sutra is like all gay sex of men and women. There are
That's
a
so
ton of
interesting. I did not know that.
it's super fascinating. I'll send you
Like
this
that's
website
like
that I found this on.
it's like never talked about, you know what I mean? Like that's always like
Yeah,
that book is always like a reference of jokes, you know? But
right.
like that's so interesting though.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. Lots of transgender and gender fluid people and gods are in a lot of like ancient Hindu scriptures and lots of writings and stories from it's like well preserved and documented too. Like
That's crazy.
so and then Kama Sutra also recognizes 8 types of marriage,
Oh,
which for example, sorry, Gandharva Viva acknowledged gay marriage or lesbian marriage. It literally translates into a union cohabitation without the approval of parents. So that's like an interesting kind of cultural
yeah.
twist where it's almost like they're rebelling against their own idea of what's right. I don't know.
Hmm.
And then the Rig Veda references the tale of Varuna and Mitra, a same-sex male couple that are 2 halves of the moon. And I thought it'd be cool. Okay.
Sorry, is
The
that a
quote,
story or is that like a
I think that
god?
the Rig Veda is a type of mythological story,
Okay.
and Varuna and Mitra are the 2 halves of the moon. And the quote from Shatapatha Brahmana. On that new moon night, Mitra implants his seed in Varuna, and when the moon later wanes, that waning is produced from his seed. Varuna is similarly said to implant his seed in Mitra on the full moon night for the purpose of securing its future waxing. So it's not like
Interesting.
super subtle.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just other Hindu mythology mention same-sex love, but also disapproves of it. Um, and then the Muslim side of history of the country has like a lot of acknowledgments for how conservative they are. They acknowledge gay people a lot more. And then Sarmad Kashani, I forgot he was a saint. He fell in love with a Hindu boy while traveling to India
Wait, a
and he
Catholic
abandoned his
saint?
business. He's a Muslim saint.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, keep
So a
going.
Sufi saint.
Okay.
Um, Sarmad Kashani was eventually arrested and beheaded.
Oh.
But I think that was a story. Like it's a
Wait, because it was a boy or because it was a male?
Because
Like,
it was gay, specifically.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you meant because like child, you know?
No,
Okay,
no, they
okay.
don't. That's,
I see what you're saying now.
yeah. Anyway, they decriminalized homosexuality in 2018. And then that's
Oh,
the end of their story. So good for
interesting.
India, you know?
Yeah.
And then for Japan, Japan's
I
gonna be a
guess
lot shorter. So I'm almost
I
done.
thought
What?
I thought it was earlier than 2018. That seems so recent, but then again, like it's not compared to the United States, you know?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
when was ours? Like 2013 or something?
Yeah, it seemed not that long ago.
It wasn't that, maybe it was in like the late aughts.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I remember when it happened, but I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, let's
I can
see.
Google it. Hold on, I'm sitting in front of my computer.
Yeah,
Keep
Google it.
talking. Keep
You're
talking.
good, you're
I'm so
good.
stupid. I'm high.
Okay. And then Japan, I think, has the most interesting relationship with homosexuality. Because samurais were all like super gay, and male
Oh,
love
that
was
makes
like
sense, though.
super admired. Yeah, right? From 1603 to 1868. What?
2015.
2015? No fucking way.
Yeah,
That's
that's
3 years
crazy.
before India.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
It seems like it was so long ago.
I know. 9 years ago.
Man, that wasn't that long ago.
No, that's wild.
That's so sad. I was an adult. What the fuck? I hate this place.
Was 16. Um,
Anyways, the
anyway.
samurai.
So yeah. And so the Buddhist monasteries embraced it. They had no problem with it. And male brothels associated with kabuki theaters flourished. Um, relationship with women were actually devalued because
Oh,
like they were again viewed as lesser. It's a very male-centric society still.
yeah.
They were only necessary for the existence and continuance of the household, which
That's
sucks.
so interesting.
This I thought was interesting. Men who were attracted to women were thought to also be attracted to young boys and female impersonators. So transgender people, essentially, or like drag queens, I
Huh.
guess, crossdressers. Um, and also they still had wives. So like people, it wasn't like a binary thing where they were like, I'm gay, so I can't be with a woman at all. They were like, okay,
Yeah.
well, obviously you need to have children, so I have to have a wife, but I also get to have a gay lover because it doesn't matter. Essentially, that's their view.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Do you think that
Yeah.
the women were also then in exchange hanging?
I think that the website that I read this on said that they could be assumed to be, but there's a lot
Mm.
less record of what they were up to. But while
Do you think
their samurai
do you,
husbands were off, they were probably all going over to each other's houses.
yeah, because I wonder how much like women perspective is like how much
Yeah.
they have from that time, you know?
Yeah, originally I was going to do lesbians, but
Hmm.
with the amount of time I had to do research, there was
Not
very,
enough.
very little
Yeah, for sure, for
information.
sure. I think a lot of it
So,
is speculation because women are lesser.
exactly. Exactly.
No, yeah, it's
Uh,
unfortunate. It's fucked. But it's
yeah.
so interesting to think about because you know it's very possible, like you know human nature, you know?
Yeah. This yeah. Anyway, I'm almost done.
Sorry.
There
I'm
was
so
this thing.
sorry.
No, you're all good. I like don't know how to do a conversation, I guess, right now. During the Meiji Restoration, which I believe is like early 1900s, homosexuality's prominence declined in Japan overall, and it
Hmm.
became more and more of a subject of social discrimination rather than like a society or a federal ban or like any type of physical punishment. People were
Hmm.
more just kind of scorned for being gay, and that's still kind of the vibe today, where it's not super admirable, but nobody's gonna like kill you or take you to jail or anything. And that's just because of their culture and how family oriented it is. So they view being gay as like kind of a diss to the to the regards of starting a family. So
Interesting.
that is those three countries in a really butchered, shortened version of their histories with gay
Yeah, but
people.
it's a lot to think about that then I will be like laying in bed later Googling, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I want to know more about that. Wait a minute.
I'll send you the website for India. That one was so
Oh
interesting.
yeah. Okay.
I
Thanks.
wanted to just read like the whole thing out loud on the podcast, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I need to talk to you really fast. It relates to your topic, kind of. It's gay,
Okay.
is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Have you watched any of Killing Eve?
No, I haven't yet. I've been reading Lonesome Dove. I actually finished it today. There, I'm pointing
uh,
to it.
did you
There it is.
did the family die?
No, but
Oh,
one of the main characters did.
damn.
So,
I'm sorry.
which
Sorry
I
for your
saw that
loss.
I knew that one was coming because I accidentally spoiled it for myself.
Oh, damn. Oh, okay. I spoiled Killing Eve for myself because the suspense was killing me. Don't tell Anna. I did look up what happens at the end. Whoops. I couldn't keep going. Anyways, um, the the assassin girl is the one that I said she's hot, and I said
Mm,
what I said, like that thing.
yeah.
And she has progressively gotten like crazier in a sense.
Hmm.
And it is I need you to watch it because I need you to
Okay.
know. I need to know your opinion. You
What'd
know
you
what
say
I
it was
mean?
on again?
Killing Eve.
What'd you say it was on again?
Oh, Netflix.
Netflix. I cannot access Netflix right
Ah,
now.
fuck. I forgot. Let me
I'm
see. We
sorry.
need people to subscribe to our YouTube so then you can afford Netflix.
Netflix subscription up in this bitch.
Okay. Fuck. Just maybe Google it. Like you'll get the
Yeah.
YouTube and Google, and I think you'll get the gist. It is pretty like the story is really captivating, but I think it's filmed really well and it has really good music.
Hmm.
And also the assassin is hot. I don't
Super
care how
hot.
crazy she is. I said what I said. So I don't know. I just but, oh, anyways, but Anna then just keeps like looking at me, and I'm like staring at the TV.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of important because I do have to like when she's like killing people, I am like hiding under the blankets because I am too scared. I cannot watch it. I'm too
Oh
scared.
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of gory. And like she like does it in like fucked up ways, kind of like House of Usher, kind of shit. Like it's just
Yeah.
like a little bit fucked up, but like it's not as drawn out as the House of Usher was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
I
it's
do.
coming, and then it's like just kind of like gory for a little bit, but it's like she does it in like a
Yeah.
cool way or whatever, so I can just like uh blink it up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
see,
try to find some way to watch it.
or just like Google what she looks like and then imagine her
Yeah.
like killing people because she's Russian in the show,
My
if
phone
that's
fell.
any context. She has like a Russian accent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, that also adds in. That's what, yeah.
All right. Killing Eve.
Alright, alright.
All right.
Anyways, Should I go?
Yes. Yeah, dude.
just-
Talk about your shit.
Hell yeah. It was also gay and I wanted to talk to you about it, so I had to bring it up. And also I need people to sound off in the comments if they also think she's hot, please. Thank you.
The blonde one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
Sandra O's in it. She's also hot, but you know
I
what I
see
mean.
Sandra. Oh, they're all together. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
I can
Anyway.
see it.
And
I'm
she's
not
cool in the
smitten right
show.
away. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's cool. But then she like kills people
She
and she's
seems
like,
cool.
oh, she's a psychopath. That's the other thing. So she just doesn't care.
Right.
And so like the not caring part's kind of like, oh,
Oh
because
shit.
torture me. Anyways, maybe don't put that
All
in.
right, right
I've gone
on.
too far.
I'm keeping it in.
um, but
Say your
block my
piece.
parents from this.
Yeah. Do they have
Anyways,
music accounts? I don't.
no, they don't understand how YouTube works.
That will be fine.
They watch a lot of Christian stuff. We will be on the opposite side of that.
We'll be fine.
Maybe don't put Martin Luther in the tags of the last one. You know, that's it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, maybe, keep that in mind. You do me a solid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways.
For sure.
All right. Mine, because oh my God, let me tell you. Here's how I got to my topic. It's because I love baking bread.
Oh,
And then
excellent.
yeah, I think I like read something about this on Reddit or something at some point, probably is how I knew about it. But there was a ban on sliced bread. Did you know that?
There was a ban on sliced bread in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah. It was in literally, oh my God, it just moved my table. Sorry. It was literally in 1943. So it was like right in the smack dab middle of World War II.
Yeah. Was it like a
So
ration thing?
yeah. Ah, shit. Fuck. Okay. I have a bunch of ration books upstairs and I was gonna bring them down and like, oh, look at these. So I'll bring them another day. I'm sure
Oh,
World
we
War
can
II will.
pause.
No, it's okay. I don't want the dogs will attack me. It's okay. I'm
Okay.
sure World War II will come up again. um. Anyways. Yeah. So it was like right in the middle of that, and so okay, weird thing. Then I like Googled it to start reading more and I started taking my notes or whatever. And so I was like just reading and I like wrote down the guy's name. And then I was reading the next website and I was like, they fucked up his name. That's so funny. And then I went on to the next website and I was like, they didn't fuck up his name. Like the first people fucked up his name. It was really weird. Because so like the one website that I started with called him Claude E. Wickard or Wickard.
Okay.
I don't know. But anyways,
Okay.
his middle initials are. Everywhere else has R. I don't know where the fuck this one website got E. It makes no sense to me. And I'm like, did you just Google the guy? You know, like it's not his name.
That's so
Anyways,
weird.
isn't it weird? And I
Yeah.
feel like compelled to like reach out, like send them an email or something and be like,
Like, hey,
hello?
it's our.
Basic. Yeah, it's just weird, but I don't know. Anyways, my weird side piece. He was the Secretary of Agriculture and the head of War Food Administration.
Okay.
Okay. And so it was May 1942 was when war rations started, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So a year before this, pretty much, because it started literally in January. I think I'll get to it, but then so like a year earlier was when war rations started. Anywho, um, sorry. The I had a fun fact here. The government rationed nylon, so women drew on faux nylon stockings using eyebrow pencils. Isn't that weird?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like the seams? They just like draw a
Yeah.
line?
I don't know. Like the ones that are like the crisscross kind of thing?
The fishnets?
Yeah,
Those
I
aren't
was wondering.
those are nylon. No, it's not the same thing.
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know.
They did not wear fishnets back then.
But yeah, that's what
They
I
had
mean. Like, what were they? What were they
they were
drawing
like
on?
stockings.
So just
They were
the
like
seam of the
tights,
line.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
That I don't know. It was just a
I don't
fun
know.
fact I read, and I'm so
So weird.
interested. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways. Oh yeah. So like we're in the time period here where all those weird recipes are coming out, you know?
Mhm.
So like I remember seeing this like guy on TikTok forever ago. I don't know if he still does it, but he was like making all those weird recipes. I was like, I cannot watch this. This is disgusting. It was like jello and shit, you know?
Yeah. Like
Um
mayo and fruit salad.
mm-mm. Yeah, disgusting. So it was like we're like in that period or whatever.
Mhm.
But sliced bread became available pretty much in 1928. So like it's not even like that old if you think about when it's
Yeah.
banned. Like that was 5 years prior, right? Um so hold on. There's this crazy quote that was circulated that I need to read. And so the sliced bread is 5 years old, okay? It's not even that old. To the editor of the New York Times, I should like to let you see how important sliced bread is to the morale and saneness of a household. My husband and 4 children are all in a rush before, during, and after breakfast. Without ready sliced bread, I must do the slicing for toast. 2 pieces for each one, that's 10. For their lunches, I must cut by hand at least 20 slices, and for 2 sandwiches apiece. Afterwards, I make my own toast, 22 slices of bread to be cut in a hurry. They look less appetizing than the baker's neat, even pieces. Haven't the bakers already their bread slicing machines, and for thousands of loaves? I should have to pay $7.95 for one, and I cannot afford even a good sharp knife. Sue Forrester. Okay. And
Oh
then
my gosh.
yeah, so
Poor
like people are
Sue.
freaking. Yeah, so that was like published in the New York Times or whatever. But then
Just
underneath it
spending your
says the
days slicing bread.
yeah, the authenticity of this letter is questionable as there is no specific proof of Sue Forrester actually existed or that these were
Okay.
her real opinions, and no way to precisely prove this to not have been satirical. So, like, we don't know, but it was like published in the New York Times, so it is like funny because you know people read it and were like, yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I also slice 40 slices of bread a day with a
Yeah, like, what the
non-sharp
fuck?
knife. What the fuck?
um, so,
Yeah, wow.
anyways. But they banned it. The reason that they fucking banned it was because for the bread machines, they were arguing that they could use the fucking metal in it for something else, you know, related to the war, whatever. But then the
Mhm.
argument became, I already have one, you know, why can't I use the one I have? And so then some guy, it was very confusing. I didn't look too far into it, but it was very confusing. But a guy in New York was fined $1,000 for going around the ban, like a baker. And so I think that means that he probably like obtained a bread slicing machine or some shit, you know, I'm assuming. Because I
Yeah.
can't imagine that they fined him $1,000 for slicing bread by hand, you know? Or
Right.
the other reason that they banned it was quote unquote for wax paper, apparently. That was somehow useful to soldiers, but that was like
Hmm.
just like also a side note, you know, kind of thing. So that was weird. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, but $1,000 would be $18,000 today. So that seems like such a high fine. And so I have to
Yeah.
imagine he bought a machine or something. I don't know. Anyways, so people like were all angry and like obviously if you already had a bread machine, then like is the wax paper really that big of a deal? Can I sell it differently kind of thing, you know? And then also I
Right.
read that like this was when bread with preservatives was starting to come out, you know? So it was
Mhm.
like it lasted longer. So that's why people were super upset because like they could they didn't have to go as long, to like get new bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
That's
within
wild.
so within 3 months though, the Claude E, Claude R, Claude R. Wickard, that dude, he took it back and he was like, I guess we don't really need to do this, but he didn't really say anything like he didn't really say anything. It was just like, I mean, no,
I
I
was
think it's
like,
okay. And it was like, yeah, it was stupid to begin with, you weirdo,
yeah.
like
Wow. So you just like
because
nothing happened. You just took it back.
yeah, but then like this guy was like fined, and then like people were very inconvenienced for,
Uh-huh.
I don't very inconvenienced. I don't know how actually they were, or if it was just like satirical because everybody was just like, this is stupid. It's kind of like the TikTok ban. That's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna backfire immediately somehow. You
Mm,
know? I don't know how, but it's gonna like
right.
financially for the government probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this Wickard guy, he ran that stuff during the war, whatever, and then he reportedly ran a stop sign and then got crushed by a stone truck, and that's how
Oh,
he died.
a truck carrying stones?
I think the truck was carrying crushed stones. His
So
vehicle was
gravel?
hit by a crushed stone truck.
What
Crushed
the
stone.
hell?
Yeah, anyways, that's how he died. It was really weird, and that was like at the bottom his Wikipedia page, very small, and it says that. I was like, oh, okay, that's so sad.
Right.
So,
That's cool.
he
Yeah.
did ban bread for a little bit, which was like super weird. So, sliced
That's his
bread
legacy.
specifically. Yeah, really weird because it was like if you already had the machine, what is it? You really does the wax paper really matter? And then like, can't I
Yeah.
just, I feel like it's like a bagel slicer. I don't know.
Right. Like imagine today if like let's say like they banned like deli slicers,
That's
for like a
weird.
similar reason.
Yeah,
If people would just be like, what the fuck? Like
yeah. Like I already
I all
have
my life,
one in my deli.
yeah. Like you're gonna take it and repurpose it for fucking weapons? Like,
Yeah,
isn't there other metals that you can use?
yeah. I don't know, but like obviously it didn't last. I should look
Yeah.
in here. Let me do a quick thing. What all was rationed? This will be interesting. What all, because I know like sugar was rationed and then like they had to use raisins.
Right.
What all was rationed? Sorry, world. Let me take forever. Rationing in the United States. We love Wikipedia.
Dude. I,
Tires, gasoline, and automobiles. Yeah, obviously. Uh, Sugar was the first consumer commodity rationed. That's so weird to me. Oh, wow.
it makes sense. It's
Bake,
very expensive.
yeah, bakers, ice cream makers, and other commercial users received rations of about 70% of normal usage.
Okay.
Coffee was rationed. Rip
Yep.
us. Dog food
Sounds
could
like
no longer be sold in tin cans. Sorry.
no, no, we can keep talking. I was just gonna say like the more tropical type foods, because like sugar comes from sugar cane, and then coffee
Yeah.
is grown
Yeah,
in
that makes
tropical
sense.
places.
That makes sense. Um, as of April 1st, they announced this and everybody's like, haha, you're joking, right? Haha, tell me you're joking. No. As of April 1st, anyone wishing to purchase a new toothpaste tube, then made from metal, had to turn in an empty one. Ew, a toothpaste tube made from metal? What the fuck
They
does
were
that
really repurposing
mean?
like everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
those tin toothpaste tubes.
I'm gonna Google a picture. Okay,
I feel
wait,
like
hold on.
they still have like ointments and stuff that are metal that you like they crinkle and roll. This is not unusual.
Oh my, I was thinking like a flask. I was like, what do they
Oh,
mean? Yes,
no.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
those. We have them at work for stuff too, and they get
Yeah.
messy. Disgusting. Typewriters, gasoline, bicycles, shoes, rubber, footwear, silk, nylon, fuel, oil, and stoves. Meat, lard, shortening, and food oils, cheese, butter, margarine, processed food, dry fruits, canned milk, firewood, and coal, jams, jellies, and fruit and butter were rationed.
Firewood too?
Yeah,
Like they had
that's
so much
crazy.
wood. That's wild.
Like, just you can't like have
It's
the
like
wood that you
everything.
cut down. What does that mean? Yeah, like what do you? That's crazy. Yeah, I have some ration books.
Huh.
I have a few. Save a loaf a week, help win the war. I love war propaganda posters from then.
They're so nice to look at, I think. Like the
I
art
and
style.
the Russian ones, like all the communist ones too. I think
Yeah,
they're cool. I think they
very
look
cool.
sick. I love that shit.
They do.
They're just fun to look at sometimes because they were so goofy
Yeah,
sometimes too.
it's true. I like
Yeah.
looking at political cartoons from that time.
Yes.
I just think that's like so fascinating.
Mhm. I hate political cartoons now though. They're all stupid
I do
now.
too.
I
I
don't
haven't
think
seen
they're
the
as
smart one since I
they're
was
not
like
as
10 years.
clever.
Yeah. No, they're all just so on the nose now.
Yeah.
Just spewing the same talking points
Yeah.
for the past
From
10
either
years.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could make a better one. No. I don't want to try.
I think they should die. I think
I do
political
too.
cartoons should just be dead.
I think that political cartoons should exist in the form of clever people making them. If they're gonna exist.
If they're gonna
Hear
exist.
me out.
I got my
Not
hand
boomers.
stuck. Oh my god. Yeah, my hand
Maybe
stuck in my sleeve.
maybe we need some like really artsy what are they, Gen Z people to
Yeah.
like get hired to make them, and then like maybe they would be
Dude,
better.
no.
You think it'd be worse?
I think Gen Z is stupid. I think that like
Are they
nuance
worse? Are they worse
doesn't
than the
exist to
boomers
them.
though? Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't say that one is better than the other.
I just moved my table again. I'm so fucking stupid. We need a good old fashioned millennial to do it. Get them in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It's a
They
good
have a
idea.
lot to say.
No, I'm sure they're like,
If anybody
oh my
calls me
god.
a fucking millennial, I'll kill him.
You are though.
Shut up, please.
I feel like
I'm the in between, please.
I'm the in-between.
No, shush.
No,
I'm young.
yeah, young and hip 10 years ago.
Where's my skateboard? Wait, doesn't he like? Isn't it like with that one meme? And he's got a skateboard.
So no
Yeah,
head.
No. No, it's the it's a what's that old man's name? And he's like, "What's up, fellow kids?"
Oh, Steve Buscemi.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
that's true
there.
actually.
Yeah.
That's very true. Called yourself out there.
Sorry, I should have muted.
You're all good.
Anyways,
Okay.
my
How do you
dinner
feel?
is ready.
Yeah, I'm fucking starving and I gotta pee.
Yeah, I think this was good. I'll text you.
I think that
Oh,
sounds good.
wait, should we
What?
like do we need to say goodbye or anything? Thank you
Well,
for
did you see what I did with the last one?
no, because I was too embarrassed to
Oh,
watch it. I could not. I'm sorry. I should have looked. Tell
I
me.
just kind of cut it off and I think it was really natural.
Oh, okay, cool. That works.
So I think that like in this conversation that we're having right now, I'm gonna find a place to cut it off without there being like a proper goodbye. But it's gonna be
Okay.
like, okay, this is over.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right, that makes sense.
Sounds good. See you later.